Well, welcome everybody. It's Joe Morris. I want to welcome you to today's webinar. We're going to be talking about the upcoming changes to Medicare Advantage plans that's happened in 2018 for 2019. I want to welcome each and every one of you. We had a great opportunity to do our broadcast last week, and so I want to welcome you this week to the Tuesday edition of our webinar. We do this weekly webinar every Tuesday at 10 and 2. That's 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you ever miss our webinar, no worries. We will be doing a rebroadcast from the morning webinar at the 2 p.m. slot. But we also will be putting it on our on-demand feature there on our Advisor TV and Advisor Radio. So be sure to go to our website at theagentsadvisor.com. You can click on Advisor TV and Advisor Radio, or you can go up to our YouTube channel at The Agents Advisor, Advisor TV. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you'll get all the latest updates and posts that we put on our Advisor TV channel there, hosted by YouTube. Also, I encourage you to like our Facebook page and also connect with us on LinkedIn. We want to stay in touch with you. We put all of our social media content together in one simulcast. And if you're either our Facebook friend and you like our page, or you're connected with us on LinkedIn, you'll get the latest updates there as well. We will be adding additional social media links. Stay tuned to that. We're adding iTunes, Spotify, and Periscope. And we'll tweet those out. And we'll also launch a new text alert that you can get the latest updates, what's happening in the industry with links, what's happening with our Advisor TV with new video, and our Advisor Radio with new radio content. So welcome again. If this is your first time being on with us, we want to say welcome to the Agents Advisor. My name is Joe Morris, and I'm excited to be here with you today to go over this Medicare Advantage upcoming changes for 2019 presentation. But I want to give you a quick rundown about the Agents Advisor's website at theagentsadvisor.com. If you haven't had a chance to navigate the site, feel free to do so. A couple of the key features at the top you'll see, and I really like talking about our resources tab. This is the who's who and what we do. It's got a lot of great content and information with the various links, and our partners, MedPlan Network, Benefit Resource Systems, and Benetrust. So if you're truly in the health insurance market, take a look at those sites, whether it be you're outsourcing your Medicare Advantage prospects to MedPlan Network, whether it be you need help on a group case design, or you've got a self-funded case you'd like to get help on. Our partners at MedPlan Network, Benefit Resource Systems, and Benetrust are there to help. Great group of people we've put together in this ensemble and this alliance to really help you, the independent agent. We want to empower you to help you grow your business, not only with products, but also with strategies, marketing, and the other tools necessary. So when you go to the homepage at theagentsadvisor.com, when you scroll down, you can see we offer a lot of other services as well, whether it be pre-licensing, if you're bringing on a new agent and they want to get their health and life license, or you just need CE classes. Under our pre-licensing and CE courses tab, you can find those links directly to us in a library of different CE courses and licensing courses. Of course, our training webinars and our agent seminars, check out those calendars as we build those out throughout the week and month and year. You'll like that. Our agency marketing toolbox, that's under password, and that's for our partners, you that are working with us. We have a basic, semi-pro, and pro package that's available to you, whether it be as simple as just branding, some basic marketing, pre-approach letters, telephone scripts, or business cards and logos, as all the way over to the pro side, where we're doing a full-blown marketing campaign, social media platform, website development with functionalities like ours. We've got those marketing tools available to you. if you've dealt with this in the past, I like talking about this. If you need tax help or legal services, if you've had some tax issues, or if you've actually had some legal issues that you need to be cleaned up to help you in terms of getting contracted or getting certified to sell or getting appointed, as simple as something as getting appointed with a carrier, we've got some great references there, some people we recommend. I've used them personally, and I highly recommend them, so I want you to take a look at that as well. If you're looking for agency lending, maybe you need to have some help with some working capital. We have some partners on the agency lending side. If you're thinking about retiring out of your business, you've reached the end of your career and you're ready looking for an exit strategy, we have some agency succession planning. We want to talk to you about that and help you retire out of your business. And if you're looking to grow professionally and you're looking for more education and possibly picking up some designations, take a look at our professional designations link with some people we promote and we recommend for that as well. So that's a little snapshot of the agentsadvisor.com. Play around on the website, get used to it. I think you'll find some useful tools as we continue to retool that and build it out. You'll see the carriers and so forth, so on. So the Agent's Advisor, who are we? We are an SGA FMO, depends upon the carrier. We have agents around the country we support and guide in the truest sense. We help you grow your business and help you lift off in a good way with your business. So as we build this out, I want to show you that we have other opportunities to build out. Sorry there, I had to take a minute to mute one of our participants. But we're going to tell you about the Agent's Advisor. I've got a network of agents around the country I've worked with over the last 7 years and built great friendships with, but business relationships with as well. And when it comes to the products and when it comes to the commissions and all the things that go into that, this is one of those things that we'll be glad to talk to you about. So don't be shy and bashful. Reach out to us. So let's go ahead and get right into this program here. I'm going to slide this over here for you, and I'm going to expand it, and we're going to get into today's webinar. So like I said, welcome. We're going to talk about some upcoming changes to Medicare Advantage plans. We're going to talk about a couple key points that's happening. You may not have heard about it, but we're going to talk about Medicare donut hole will close in 2019. There will be a change in that. We're going to talk today about the Medicare Advantage plans. We'll soon cover things like groceries, air conditioners, rides to the medical appointments, home delivered meals. And we're going to talk about Medicare plans now can pay for many long-term care services such as adult daycare, in-home support services, short-term respite care, and making non-Medicare covered safety changes along with non-emergency transportation and healthcare services. So let's get right into this. So what does this really mean? So when you look at this, I'm going to reference some recent articles that have come out in the last couple months. I don't know if you've caught this or not, but we're going to talk first about the Medicare donut hole will close in 2019. So on February 9th, Dina Bunis with ARP published an article about the donut hole changing with Medicare in 2019. Now, I've been asked this question a couple times already. Joe, you mean 2020? That's when there's supposed to be some changes with the donut hole. And of course, we know about Plan F. Actually, what's happened is when President Trump signed earlier in February the new budget deal, that accelerated the donut hole changes coming. So if you don't know what I'm talking about with the donut hole, Medicare Part D beneficiaries who have high prescription drug expenses currently have to pay more once the total cost of their medications reach a certain threshold. Hence the word donut hole. They get thrown into the donut hole. So what happened, as Dina wrote in this article with ARP, is Medicare beneficiaries with high annual prescription drug costs will get some relief a year earlier than expected as a result of the budget deal President Trump signed in February. So Part D beneficiaries who have high prescription drug expenses currently have to pay more once the total cost for their medicines reaches a certain threshold. That's due to this quirky aspect of Part D called the coverage gap, also known as the donut hole. Well, the donut hole has been narrowing each year since the Affordable Care Act, aka ACA or Obamacare, was passed in 2010. The gap was scheduled to close in 2020 when beneficiaries would be expected to pay 25% of the cost of all their prescriptions while they were in the gap. Well, under this budget deal, the donut hole will now close next year. So beginning in 2019, Part D enrollees will pay 25% of the cost of all their prescription drugs from the time they enter the gap until they reach catastrophic coverage. So let's look at this in review. And Dina wrote, for 2018, the threshold for entering the donut hole remains at $3,750. That's $3,750 worth of drug costs. Once a Medicare enrollee passes that limit, he or she is in the coverage gap and will have to pay 35% of the cost of the brand name drugs and 44% of generics. They will continue to pay those costs until their out-of-pocket spending reaches $5,000. Once they hit that limit, they no longer will be in the donut hole, meaning they'll be in the catastrophic side, and will pay no more than 5% of their drug costs for the rest of the year. So with this budget deal, Congress made the early close of the donut hole possible by requiring certain pharmaceutical manufacturers to pay more of the cost for enrollees who are in the coverage gap. So currently, brand name drug makers pay 50% of the enrollees' brand name drug costs while they are in the coverage gap. Under the budget deal that was passed in February, they will now pay 70% of the cost. So you can see this donut hole is narrowing now, that the prescriptions are being now funded by the brand name manufacturers. They're going to now be paying more of the cost for the enrollees who are in this coverage gap. So they're going to basically see a 20% break in that. So that's a good thing. So keep in the loop on that. Follow that. We'll send out more updates on it as it comes due. Once with these plans we see are rolled out and we can see what the out-of-pocket exposure is. We'll also be able to go to Medicare.gov when you do your pharmacy or prescription lookup. When you do the prescription lookup on Medicare.gov, you're going to be able to see the out-of-pocket thresholds for the enrollee now. And that's a good thing. So I wanted to cover that today because I thought that was important, that we're not going to wait till 2020. We're going to start this in 2019. The next thing I wanted to talk about was Medicare Advantage plans will soon cover things like groceries, air conditioners, and so forth. So what does that really mean? Well, I don't know if you subscribe to this, but you can find this link on our resources tab at theagentsadvisor.com. Kaiser Health News, the author Susan Jaffe, she wrote, and it was republished by CNN Money, about what's happening. So what does this mean where Medicare Advantage plans will soon cover things like groceries or air conditioners? Well, basically it comes down to this. Air conditioners for people with asthma, healthy groceries, rides to the medical appointments they have, home delivered meals may be among the new benefits added to Medicare Advantage coverage with the new federal rules that take effect next year. So while most of these plans have been filed for the 2019 by the carriers of the plan, the writers, the insurance companies, they haven't been approved yet by CMS. Typically we won't see that rollout until around July. But right now, as it stands, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid, CMS, expanded how it defines primarily health-related benefits that insurers are allowed to include in their Medicare Advantage policies. And insurers would include these extras on top of providing the benefits traditional Medicare offers. And I'll quote here Seema Verma, who's the CMS administrator. Medicare Advantage beneficiaries will have more supplemental benefits, making it easier for them to lead healthier, more independent lives. So we're starting to see this. If you write, for example, in a state where Anthem's at, Anthem added meals to their plans. So we're usually experienced in this when we write dual products, dual eligible products, or special need plans, we see these extra benefits typically, like over-the-counter, transportation, and so forth. Now we're going to see more of those types of benefits offered on traditional Medicare Advantage plans. So that's good for their enrollees, but it's a sign to me that things are really growing in the Medicare Advantage market. And I've been asked a number of times over the last several years, is Medicare Advantage going away? The answer is no. With all the acquisitions, mergers, market expansions, and footprint expansions throughout the country, Medicare Advantage is really here to stay. Of the 61 million people enrolled in Medicare last year, 20 million have opted for Medicare Advantage, which is a privately run alternative to traditional Medicare. And it seems that Medicare Advantage plans limit maybe to the network of providers, but these network provider limitations aren't really as big a deal as they once were, because you're seeing broader networks, you're seeing HMO plans and point of service plans versus the traditional fee for service. You're seeing kind of a balance. And I know that throughout the 10, 11 states that I market in specifically with agents and advisors I've built out over the years, it just seems to me what I'm seeing is that these Medicare Advantage plan footprints are expanding in some rural markets that otherwise they weren't in the past. So in conclusion, we're going to see that insurers will be permitted to provide care and devices that prevent or treat an illness or injury, and they'll compensate for physical impairments, and other issues that they can address through this by I can't even talk today, offering these extra benefits. So since many of these Medicare Advantage plans already offer some health benefits not covered by traditional Medicare, such as eyeglasses, hearing aids, dental care, and gym memberships, but the new rules, which the industry sought, will expand significantly these other items and services that may not directly be considered medical treatments. I think that's a great thing for not only our clients, but it's a great thing for you as agents that are helping the clients, because when you see that these additional benefits, it creates more value. And I think from an insurer standpoint, it's going to create more persistency and long-term retention. I'll go on with the article. Although insurers are still in the early stages of designing their 2019 policies, some companies have ideas about what they might include. In addition to transportation to doctor's offices or better food options, some health insurance experts said additional benefits could include simple modification in beneficiaries' homes, such as installing grab bars in the bathroom or aids to help with daily activities, including dressing, eating, and other personal care needs. And Alicia Kelly, who's the director of Medicare sales for Capital District Physicians Health Plan, that's a nonprofit serving 43,000 members in 24 upstate New York counties. She said, "This will allow us to build off the existing benefits that we already have in place that are focused more on the prevention of avoidable injuries or exasperation of existing health conditions." So when you get the plans involved and they're seeing the benefits of it, it could be a really good thing. Even though physicians order prescriptions aren't necessary for some of these new benefit options, but it must be medically appropriate, and the recommending licensed healthcare provider, according to the new rules, will be necessary. So it'll have to be recommended. We've seen this with medical devices, meaning other things such as braces, walkers, wheelchairs. So it'll fall in line of that. So watch the benefit plans as they roll out. There's a growth going on, and as stated in the article, many beneficiaries have been attracted to the Medicare Advantage because of its extra benefits and the limit on out-of-pocket expenses. However, CMS also cautioned that the new supplemental benefits should not be items provided as an inducement to enroll. So there's the catch there, an inducement to enroll. Well, when you have extra benefits, certainly that's going to, and it's better quality benefits, it's certainly going to attract new enrollees, right? So we'll see how it plays out. I'll make sure you have a copy of this. You can scroll down and see this. If you'd like a copy of the articles, I can send them over to you. But bottom line is, when you look at companies like United Healthcare, which is the largest health insurer in the U.S., when they welcome the opportunity to expand benefits, it's a good thing. Matt Burns, a company spokesperson, quoted, "Medicare benefits should not be one size fits all, and continued rate stability and greater benefit design flexibility enable health plans to provide a more personalized healthcare experience." I think you're seeing that the more options we have in these plans, the better opportunity it is for the enrollee to find a true plan that's customized to his or her need. And you as an advisor are going to be able to have better solutions to solve their circumstances and their problems. So I think it's going to be a good thing. I think it's great for Medicare Advantage plans, and I think it's going to be good to see how this expands going into the future. So again, is Medicare Advantage going away? No way. Is it continually going to grow and expand? Yes. And then when you get to the last part of this, I wanted to go over this article I found in Think Advisor. When you look at Think Advisor, you can see in here that Medicare is going to they're going to cover under these Advantage plans. You're going to see that they're going to cover other items such as adult daycare, respite care, and in-home care. So what they came out with, CMS is getting ready to let Medicare Advantage plans issuers add major new long-term care benefits to their supplemental benefit menus. So when I went through this article, what caught my attention is, what are we talking about here, right? Well, what they're talking about is primarily health related. So primarily health related, when I got into the depths of this article, and this article was written by Allison Bell of Think Advisor, I was getting into the depths of what it really means. So it was quoted in the article, Catherine Coleman, who's the director of CMS Medicare Drug and Health Plan Contract Administration Group, writes in a memo which was sent to the Medicare Advantage organizations on April 27th that CMS will let a plan cover adult daycare services for adults who need help with either the basic activities of daily living, such as walking or going to the bathroom, or with instrumental activities of daily living, such as the ability to cook, clean, and shop. So with Medicare Advantage plans, this adult daycare services being added in, that will be a good thing. Again, it's going to drive value in addition to the other things we've already discussed. What it's not going to cover, apparently, is cover skilled nursing home care or assisted living fees. But in addition to the adult daycare, a Medicare Advantage plan could pay for in-home support services, services to help people with disabilities or medical conditions perform activities of daily living and instrumental activities of daily living within the home to compensate for physical impairments and help with the functional and psychological impact of injuries or health conditions or reduce avoidable emergency or healthcare utilization. Also, short-term respite care or other support services for family caregivers. Making non-Medicare covered safety changes. So making non-Medicare covered safety changes such as installing grab bars that might help people stay in their homes, as well as non-emergency transportation to healthcare services. Some plans already pay for ambulances, right? Since plans already pay for ambulances, and those transportation services. The non-emergency we talked about earlier in the previous article, to and from doctor's appointments. And if you write in the dual markets or SNP markets, dual eligibles or special needs, you know there's transportation benefits in most plans built in. So to have this available in traditional Medicare Advantage plans would be really a great benefit to add. This is kind of an interesting spin. The Medicare Advantage plan could not use the new interpretation to pay for in-home food delivery. So that's not there yet, but I would think that it could come based upon the previous article and the interpretation of grocery delivery. So we'll wait to see. This is not something that's done yet. These are sub-regulatory guidance and language here. So we're going to see what's going to happen going forward. CMS said it would be changing the 2019 Medicare Advantage program's benefits uniformity requirements in the preamble to the collection of this Medicare program regulation. So what does that really mean? It just means they're going to continue to expand and put in the language and the guidelines to follow by the issuers of coverage, so the insurance companies will have a chance to be able to compete on a level playing field and throw in benefits that can really benefit their enrollees and their members. I think we all can agree there's been challenges over the last several years in terms of selling long-term care benefits. But what we're finding is, as Medicare continues to expand those coverages and offerings, it could be a good opportunity to have those built in. If you have any questions and you're looking to grow in this particular market, if you're not in it now and you look to grow in it, if you want some more information, feel free to reach out to me. You'll be able to find us on the market and on our website at theagentsadvisor.com. We'll have more information to follow on this as we get the plans in our hands and we educate you on what those look like. We'll make sure you get that information. In the meantime, be sure to check us out on the web. You can find us there, and you can get into our website and reach out to us. You can contact us toll free at 877-886-4829. You can email us at info@theagentsadvisor.com. Check us out on the web and reach out to us. That's today's webinar. I hope you found it helpful and useful. We look forward to keep bringing you great content, great information, and great updates. And as always, we want to say, make it a great day.